Alrighty guys, pardon the noise here, getting ready for dinner, but I just wanted to give you a quick tutorial. Brandon, I just sent you a login to your email, so you should have that now. And once you log in, the first thing that you're going to see, it'll take you to the dashboard. So a lot of this information back here, I won't have you messing with, but just a few things to be aware of. So your your classes are in your portfolios. And so you can see that I've uploaded the photo for each one of those. So if you do want to edit them, you can actually go in here and edit the description of that page. And then once you're in here, you can see that it's it's pretty basic. All I have is the high school pitching. And then these are short codes. So I have a divider, which is a thick divider, and then a gap of 20 pixels, and then more text, and then a gap, some more text, and then a gap, and then titles. So this is called Visual Composer back here. And what you're able to do is you can see there's a single image, a gap, text. So you can basically hover over each section and be able to tell what it is that you're working with. And you just go ahead and click the pencil icon, and that will open up your editor here in Visual Composer. And then all you have to do is click the photo, and you can change out the image. And it's going to allow you to either choose a photo out of the media library that's already been uploaded, or you can click here and then upload a file from your computer. Alright, so that just kind of covers that a little bit. Very easy to use. And then once you're done editing, say you change some of the text around here, all you're going to do is come up here to the top, click Update, and then once that's updated, you'll just go here and say View Post. And now we'll get to see there was the image, so if we change that out, we'd see a new image there. Now, I've got a new feature for you guys as well. So I'm going to back up a step, and I got ahead there on some of those classes and clinics. So let's just say you just now logged in here in the dashboard. Well, what I want you to do, the easiest way to make edits, simple changes to text and images, is go ahead and click up here on the yard. This is your home button, and you can go ahead and visit the site. Now in this mode, we're going to have a full editor. So now we're able to scroll down, we can see, we're able to see the full page. And then what we have up here is some options, which is our navigation to be able to edit the page, or you see this Edit with Visual Composer. Well, this is something new that I've added here for you. So if you click Edit with Visual Composer, it's going to be the same thing that I just showed you, but this is going to give us a front-end Visual Composer view. And I'll show you what that looks like here once it loads up. I recommend for the basic changes that you guys would be doing, go ahead and use this mode, so that way you kind of get a clearer picture of what you're doing. Alright, so the site is loaded up. Now you won't be able to edit the slider here. The slider is on a tab back in the dashboard called Revolution Slider. So we're going to scroll down below, and you can see this is just an image for the yard. And then say you wanted to change classes and lessons. All you have to do is hover over that section. So this is a section, this is a section. So if we hover over it, click the edit button, classes, ampersand lessons, right? So you can change this up and it'll change your ampersand. Automatically, so don't worry about putting any code in there. And then you have a couple options. Do you want it center aligned, left aligned, change the color if you'd like. So there's a few options there. When you're done, you need to move this over here, save changes, and close that out. Move this back where it was. So again, this is your portfolio. So all this is doing here, those 6 icons in the circles, they're just showing our cover image, the little circles that I showed you on each portfolio. So each class or lesson I've been adding in as a portfolio item for you. This is just an image laid in here, so we can have that link somewhere. Oh, speaking of linking, anytime you have an image and you want it to link somewhere, you can always scroll down here a little bit, and it's going to have this little section, link to larger image. If I click that, if I click here, this image will like blow up and enlarge, versus if I unclick that, I could actually have this link to Facebook or contact me or anywhere you'd like that to go. So that's just an option for you there. When you're done with your changes, hit save. Now when you hit those save buttons in these text editors or whatever you're editing there, that only saves that row in that section. When you finally want to update and go live on the site, you have to click update in your blue taskbar and then successfully updated. Now you see there's not the ability to edit these sections here, right? It says testimonial slider. And if you go in here and edit, all it's going to allow you to do is select your categories and how you want the testimonials laid out. So I will show you where these are located. So anytime you run into a box here, you're going to see the weird testimonial box. So let's go ahead and either hit backend editor or X out. Now get us out of the Visual Composer. And then if I go back here to the dashboard, I'll show you where all those sections are at. So our portfolio, again here, these are going to be all your classes and lessons. There's your testimonials. So if you want to add some different testimonials, you can go ahead and click in here. And there's the Pat Casey testimonial, some different ones that came standard here. And there's also this section here on the left. This is the team. And then now you've just got each person's information here. So, Brandon, if we're going to edit yours, there's the text that's underneath your name. There's your name and the title. So let's just say you changed out the name of a new person here. You're going to want to copy this text, and then you're going to click this edit button. So if the name's changed, just make sure you change it here, all lowercase, and then a dash between the first and last name. Hit OK, and then it's good to go. Actually, I think whether you put caps or not, it'll automatically make it lowercase. So you can change your text in here. Here's your position in the company. You can edit that. There's also the ability here, if you wanted to put your email address, your Facebook, Twitter, any of that personal information, it'll put little icons beneath your picture or beneath your description. And then, of course, here's your featured image. And if you just click on that image, you can change it out. Try to make sure that your picture is above 500 pixels. Scaling, obviously, is going to be the biggest feature here, but it will keep it contained. But just to keep all the images the same height, I made them all 500 by 635. So, but once you've chose your image, set it. All right, then we're done editing a teammate. Hit update. And then we also have partners and clients we don't have a section using this, but this is a great way to put in like logos that scroll through, and so we can add those later. Benefits, they're basically icons with a little bit of text, so we can use those down the road. Different photo albums. We can create photo albums in this theme. So slideshows. There's numerous slideshows in here. Stay out of this slideshow section. I've actually added an upgraded plugin, which is here, called Revolution Slider. Revolution Slider, there's your home slider that we've been using. Don't mess with the settings, that won't do you any good. But if you go edit slides, what you are able to do, as you can see, here's the background image of each slideshow, right? So let's go to this Pat Casey one. So I would like to make the request for you guys not to mess with any settings, but feel free to click on any one of the text layers, and you can drag them up and down or whatever, move it however you need to do. That's fine. But what I'd ask you to do is you just click here and then scroll below the preview area, and then this is where that text is in the layer general parameters. And these things collapse, so if they're ever collapsed, just click it and open, and then that's where you can change out the text. And then you just scroll down, and there's a button here that'll say Update Slide. And that's all you need to do. One other little trick down the road, if you guys ever want to get fancy, is you can actually go here and go to the slide list. This is the slide list here. And you'll notice we have this cool feature where we can actually say duplicate. So we can duplicate this entire slide, the text, and the settings. And now all we do is we go ahead and go edit slide. And then we ignore all these things. These are just settings. So here's the name of the slide, which you may change the name. This might be like testing the slide. And these are transitions. So if you did want to mess with these, you totally can. They're just selections and how, when it switches from each slide, how it fades in and fades out. So you can play with that. Don't mess with the timing. The timing's pretty essential on the delays and stuff. So, but really where you're going to be playing around with is just in here. Anytime you see this little, anything that you should be doing will be very visual. So click, scroll down here, and you can edit that text. These little things here are breaks. That's essentially hitting the enter key. So if you just hit the enter key, it won't change the paragraph. It'll just be one long sentence. So you can actually just copy and paste these page breaks just to create the indents at the end of your sentence. So you do run into that. Again, feel free to email me if you have any questions, but you guys shouldn't need to mess with the slides too much. Alrighty, well, I think that's the gist of it. The very final thing, I think I didn't quite understand your email. So what I think I'm going to do here is, I believe you had a question about the menu and having some of the pages on the menu. Let me see here. All right, cool. So now I've added these portfolio categories. But I did mess up here. I've got this testing. I need to change it to the primary menu. And if you see how I'm dragging these, basically the depth of this layer here determines the drop down. So if you think forward to the home page, right, we've just got the menu is all you see, and then beneath that you see the yard, policies, classes and lessons, word around the yard. So now all I've done is added a secondary drop down under classes and lessons. So we'll go ahead and save this menu. I'm going to refresh here. So now we go ahead and hover over here, classes and lessons, and then they can select here as well. Alrighty, well I hope that tutorial helped. Feel free to stop, rewind, and review and play around with it. So have a good one, guys. I'll talk to you shortly.